kiddos, we're starting our last day here in sunny Tulum Reserve Resort in Second Life. And yes, I'm already feeling that bittersweet, don't make me leave energy. At least we're going out in style. Light breakfast, sunshine, and my favorite fruit plate that looks way too pretty to eat. Tomorrow, it's back to reality. But let's be honest, reality means our dream villa at the Blake Sea. So not exactly suffering there, right?
Reality isn't so bad when it comes with ocean views and floating docks.
Exactly! Still, it's our last full day here, so we want to make it count. We're brainstorming today's adventure. Should we chill at the beach, explore one more ruin, maybe grab one last margarita before teleporting home? Whatever we end up doing, we're taking it slow this morning. Basking in the sun, listening to the palms whisper, and soaking up this final taste of paradise. Don't go anywhere. You'll want to see how we spend our last magical day in Tulum. We meant to start the day with a beach walk, but then fate and a cute little beach bar had other plans. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Exactly. And technically, in virtual time, it's always 5.
So yeah, beach plans delayed, but who's complaining? Sunshine, sea breeze, and lime-kissed tequila before noon? That's just Tulum logic. Eventually, we made it to the beach. The sand was already warm, wrapping around our feet like sunshine made solid. The air smelled of salt and freedom, that perfect mix you can only find where the jungle meets the sea. We walked along the shoreline, letting the water chase our toes, laughing, chatting, and just enjoying this perfect moment. This, right here, is why we came. Just sea, sky, and the feeling that everything's exactly where it's supposed to be. We changed into our swimsuits and I dove straight into the Caribbean Sea. That first splash of cool water against my sun-warmed skin felt like pure magic. The water was so clear it felt unreal, like floating inside a dream. No rush, no plans, just the rhythm of the ocean carrying us wherever it wanted. For a moment, it felt like the whole world had melted into this: sunlight, salt, and stillness. Moments like this don't need words. Just waves, sunlight, and the feeling of being utterly happy. I must have drifted a little too far on my floaty, eyes closed, half asleep in the sun, when I felt a gentle tug. Rebecca was holding onto my legs, keeping me close, making sure I didn't end up halfway to Cozumel. We agreed that floating became too relaxing. Rebecca was afraid that if we stayed here any longer, we might both fall asleep and drift off to sea.
Okay, before we become snacks for sharks, how about something more active?
Next thing we knew, bumper boats. Because nothing says relaxing beach day like ramming into each other at full speed. Turns out, bumper boats were way harder to steer than we thought. One moment we were circling gracefully, the next, total chaos. Not sure who actually won, probably neither of us, but we definitely collected a few new bruises and a ton of laughs along the way. Between the sun, the splashes, and the not-so-gentle crashes, it was pure fun. Messy, ridiculous, and absolutely perfect. By the time we climbed out, we were drenched, exhausted, and grinning like kids. The kind of fun you feel in your cheeks long after the laughter fades. After changing into dry clothes and regaining some dignity, we decided to take a stroll down the pier. The air smelled like salt and sunscreen, and in the distance, the skywheel towered over the beach, all bright colors and slow spins against the blue. It wasn't quite dinner time yet, but our stomachs were growling. So we grabbed Bavarian pretzels from one of the pier stands. Golden, warm, and perfectly salty. Yum. The skywheel was so tall. And honestly, my fear of heights was kicking in big time. I was seriously contemplating chickening out, but Rebecca, she wasn't having it. "Come on, it'll be fun," she said, dragging me along. And just like that, there was no backing out. Sometimes adventure is just letting someone push you past your comfort zone and secretly being glad they did. After that thrill ride, my blood sugar officially hit 0. Fear will do that to you. So naturally, we indulged. Vanilla hot fudge sundae, no regrets. Ice cream doesn't have calories on vacation, right? I still felt a bit weak and wobbly after all that excitement, so my awesome wife, being the absolute queen she is, offered to piggyback carry me to the restaurant. Quick outfit change, and we are ready for the romantic dinner. The sun setting over the Caribbean made it even more special, everything glowing, warm, and unreal. We sipped wine, laughed about the day, and just soaked in the moment. One of those evenings that feels like it belongs in a movie. Sometimes the best part of a trip isn't the destination, it's the little moments where you feel completely loved. Last thing on our agenda, a midnight soak in the local hot springs. The perfect way to end our last day in Mexico. Just Rebecca and I, the stars, and the sound of bubbling water. It felt calm, dreamy, and a little nostalgic. That perfect mix you only get at the end of a great adventure. Stay tuned, travelers! More adventures are waiting just around the corner.